Good morning, it's Paul from Wolf Software Systems, and today I'm looking at WolfStack, and we're going to talk a bit about some upgrades and things that have happened. So we love Homelabbers, and we've been working with, we've got a great Discord group full of them, and some others as well, and we love working with them because we're really able to talk to them about what's going on their system. So one thing we've done is we've been working on the performance of WolfStack, and you'll notice that this is the last version. The network right now is now nearly at nothing, and also we've added new things in to show you what's going on. You can then terminate processes. So you can see on here we've got a bit of an issue with Minio S3 storage provision because it's running really high, so we'll have a look at that a bit later. And this is also running Kubernetes, which is using a lot of RAM, so we need to have a look at that. And of course I can ask AI what to do about it, of course. So WolfStack is, for those of you who don't know, so this is, each one of these things on the screen is actually a server in 4 clusters. And WolfStack is an open source platform that you can use on top of Proxmox or just about any Linux distribution. You can mix and match processors and servers, and it just doesn't care. It will run on Raspberry Pi. So if you've got a bank of Raspberry Pis, you can use WolfStack to manage them. Run the mobile, tablets. So yeah, it's really cool. And we have an enterprise option as well. And I'm going to talk a bit about that in a second. So other things we've done are settings. You can now, if you like monochrome, you can set your icons to monochrome, because normally, is it monochrome on this? Yes. So you can turn it off and make them all colored, or you can make them all monochrome. So if you're, you know, the Proxmox look where it's all kind of very monochrome, you can do that. You can also make it match your desktop icons, which is what I've got here on this machine. So I'm using the same icons I use on my desktop, so we can do that. There have been a lot of smaller changes inside WolfStack over the last week or so that we've not really been talking about, but mainly to do with performance and speed and things, and we're always kind of looking at that kind of thing. So other questions, can we run it on Windows? Somebody asked me in a forum, and I was like, oh, and we had a look at it. It's just you can't run it on Windows subsystem for Linux, because it's designed to sit on top of the operating system, and it just won't. It just won't. So we've also built a plugin system, so that allows us to build plugins. There are only plugins on this one, but there are on this one. So this is actually our local network at the office. You don't even have to have a server environment really, but on the local network at the office, we actually have a couple of plugins installed. And one of them is Wolf Host, which is a platform we're working on to allow you to have customers to run a hosting business basically on top of WolfStack. And it does things like it'll automate it. So for each customer, it builds a tiny LXC container. So all that customer's stuff, all their email and everything is in that tiny LXC container, hardly using any resource. And then if that customer was to do something naughty, you can just disable the whole thing. And it's also got things like auto scaling, and it'll work out which is the most likely server to put it on. Because they're LXC containers, you can migrate them around as well. So this is kind of new. It's kind of a beta stage, but it's got a basic app store that you can set up stuff on. You can set up websites, add domains to it, set up FTP accounts, add SSL certificates. It comes with MariaDB built in, so users can set up MariaDB or Postgres. It's got a built-in mail server, so it's got all this done, a file manager and backups, and it's real simple. So the beauty of it is that someone who doesn't know a lot about hosting or wants to host their website with you will be able to. And of course, it's white label, so you can actually change it around. This is at the moment an enterprise product, only because we kind of need to get it to a certain point, and we need to work with some enterprises. We're actually talking to an ISP at the moment to get this kind of where we want. So this is like the customer dashboard. It's just really simple. And I believe in software that's really easy and simple to do. And I think one of the barriers to, Homelabbers as well, they do an amazing thing because they plumb things together in a way that no one is kind of expecting. So that's why we just really value that input, being able to understand, what are people using their servers for. And how they're putting together. Now, of course, we're running it commercially because we're obviously running the software for clients. And one of the programs that we built runs about half of the rail network repair system that go on in the UK, just about, maybe more soon. So other clients are coming towards it. And we do software development as well if anyone's interested. And we have a fixed rate system, so we're able to work out pretty much down to the penny how much your project is going to cost, so there's no hidden cost or anything like that. And we're able to also host it all, obviously, because we built WolfStack. So if you're interested in that, wolfstack.org is the website. You can contact us at sales@wolf.uk, and we're obviously looking for sponsorship, funding enterprise clients for WolfStack, because we want to grow it into something even better than it already is. So I hope that's helpful, and we'll get in touch soon. Thanks.